Have you ever made a payment to a supplier and asked yourself, is this reducing my expenses or just clearing an outstanding liability? Or thought, how does this affect my cash flow and balance sheet? Payments are a crucial part of managing business finances, but recording them accurately is just as important. Every outgoing payment impacts your cash balance, accounts payable, and financial statements, and understanding these changes ensures better financial control. But what if you could automate this process and instantly get a structured breakdown of how each payment affects your books? That's exactly what we're going to explore in this chapter, using ChatGPT to simplify payment entry and maintain accurate financial records. A typical payment entry includes the supplier's name, invoice reference, payment date, amount paid, and payment method, whether it's a bank transfer, credit card, or cash. Recording this properly ensures correct expense allocation, accurate tracking of accounts payable, and up-to-date financial statements. To simplify this process, we've created a structured ChatGPT prompt that automates the accounting breakdown for any payment entry. The prompt captures all key details, including the supplier's name, invoice number, payment date, total amount, and payment method. Most importantly, it doesn't just record the transaction, it provides a clear journal entry, impact on ledger accounts, and explains how the payment reflects in financial statements. So let's take a look at an actual example to see this prompt in action. In this prompt, we have added all the required information on the blank parts from cash receipt, like receiver name, amounts, and payment method. In response to the prompt about recording a payment to TechEquip Solutions Limited, ChatGPT provides a structured breakdown that reflects proper accounting treatment when settling a previously recorded invoice. The transaction involves a $25,000 cash payment made on February 17th, 2025 to settle invoice number 101. ChatGPT clarifies that since the liability was already recorded earlier when the invoice was received, this payment only impacts the cash and liability accounts, not the profit and loss statement. The journal entry shows a debit to accounts payable for $25,000, reducing the outstanding liability, and a credit to cash for the same amount, reflecting the outflow of funds. ChatGPT explains that this entry clears the vendor obligation and decreases the business's available cash. In terms of ledger impact, both accounts payable and cash decrease by $25,000. ChatGPT notes that this has no effect on the total balance of the trial balance. Debits and credits remain equal. The change simply shifts values within the balance sheet accounts. On the profit and loss statement, ChatGPT confirms that there is no impact, assuming the expense was recognized when the invoice was originally entered. The payment itself does not trigger a new expense. It just settles what's already been accounted for. Looking at the balance sheet, ChatGPT notes that both assets and liabilities decrease by $25,000. Cash reduces as funds leave the business, and accounts payable is cleared. There is no change to equity or retained earnings in this step. On the cash flow statement, the transaction is classified as a $25,000 outflow under operating activities, reflecting a standard vendor payment that reduces the business's cash reserves. ChatGPT concludes by stating that this entry updates the financial records to reflect the cleared liability and enhance vendor standing. It also offers to demonstrate how the transaction would have looked had the invoice not been recorded in advance, suggesting flexibility for different accounting workflows. This much in this chapter. In the next chapter, we will learn about credit note entry prompt in ChatGPT.